So what we wanted to do was exhibit stories of survivors of sexual and gender-based violence to give people an insight to what they are dealing with and what they need after surviving sexual and gender-based violence. We had this idea for 16 days because we thought that since everybody was talking about end sexual and gender-based violence unites, we thought it was important to show people the realities of survivors. We wanted to extend it past the 16 days because a lot of times people come and say, 16 days of activism, and then everything ends on the 10th of December. So we started on the 9th because we wanted to show that it's important to continue these conversations even after the 16 days. It's important to take the conversations forward because for us, like, conversations around sexual and gender-based violence is all year round. We thought about something else that could help us just show people the work that we were doing, the things that we get to see every day. A 3-year-old has been raped, a 6-month-old has been raped, an 80-year-old woman has been raped. How do we let people see the things that we experience every day at the DNF Survival Support Center? Which is why we now said, you know what, let's do story exhibition. Let's exhibit stories. So if you read the stories, confidentiality is a big thing for us because there's no names of survivors. So you cannot tell who it is, do you get, just by reading their stories. So we just wanted to only exhibit the stories, the situation, and then talk about the kind of support that they need going forward, because supporting sexual and gender-based violence survivors is supposed to be holistic. We cannot just provide them, for instance, a woman who suffers domestic violence. You cannot just take her to the hospital, etc., and then leave her back in that abusive situation. You have to provide, you get, a safe housing for her, amongst other things. We have the intention to move the exhibition away from here. We're hoping that next year for International Women's Day, we get the funding we're looking for to move it to an art gallery so that we can exhibit these stories and people can come in and see it. And we're really hoping that aside art gallery, we also want to take it to different locations, even from this exhibition, gain some support for the survivors. So there are stories you read, the survivor now needs this and this. And so people who want to be able to support the survivors can say, based on this story, I want to help this little girl whose uncle had raped her. And how do I help her mother? How do I help them move forward? We have 70 stories curated here of survivors. So I'm inviting you to come, look at it. You see what most of the survivors they need afterwards, after they've survived sexual and gender-based violence.